Channel6.ca, supported by wherever you're at in life, they'll make you better. From rehab, sport performance, to changing your lifestyle, they can help. Studio Pilates, strength for life. Creating mobile, flexible, pain-free bodies.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel all right.
Rachel Elliott wants the best for her family. She wants the Alberta government to turn the page and provide better healthcare options in Sylvan Lake.
We need urgent care. We absolutely do. We need a center that we can go to for, minor things, stitches, the flu, things like that, because so many people go in, to emergency for a lot of minor things, and that, backs them up that much more. And I know that if we had something here, that would definitely take a load off of them for sure.
Rachel knows the Red Deer Regional Hospital all too well, having traveled there often with her youngest son.
Our youngest guy had RSV when he was 4 months old, so that landed him in the hospital for a few days. And since then, he's been good now. He's almost 5 now, but for 2 years at least, he was sick constantly throughout the winter, especially. Ended up in high fevers all the time, a lot of sickness, so a lot of going back and forth from the hospital to and from.
For years, Sylvan Lake residents have had to rely on visits to the medical clinics for simple treatments, diagnosis, and checkups when they're open. But when it comes to minor and some urgent care treatments and after-hour visits, they have to head down the highway to the Red Deer Regional Hospital.
We have our clinic in town that we go to, but the middle of the night something happens, on a weekend something happens, you're going to a hospital and you're going to be sitting there waiting unless you're missing an arm.
So what we're looking for is access to medical services 7 days a week with extended hours, and those medical services are for non-life-threatening injuries.
The committee behind the charge to bring an urgent care center to Sylvan Lake explains this will not be a hospital, but a facility equipped to handle minor triage issues.
So if you're having a heart attack, you're still going to go to the closest emergency room. We're talking about broken bones, lacerations, dehydration, fractures, earaches for kids, all those kinds of things. And we feel that people should have that kind of access readily available here in our community.
Before the provincial election, promises were made to bring an urgent care center to the area. But now with the new government, the conversation has to start all over again.
We started the committee in 2010, but realistically, the physicians in our community have been lobbying for 30 years for enhanced medical services for this area.
Those who would benefit would include 22,000 full-time residents from communities like Eckville, Bentley, the neighboring summer villages, Lacombe and Red Deer County, and the 1 million tourists that pay Sylvan Lake a visit each and every year. And in turn, it would also trim down the number of those traveling and waiting at the emergency ward at the Red Deer Regional Hospital.
We know, and it has been statistically proven, that the people in the waiting room, a lot of them shouldn't even be in emergency. There are things that could be treated right here in their own community by their physician or by a physician.
As for Rachel, she hopes her family's well-being isn't lost in a political game, but treated with respect and the urgency it deserves.
They've been trying for years, even doing door to door, trying to get people on board with this, and it's time. It's been in the works for a long time, and I think that, the government needs to see that it's a necessity. We do need it.